Hello friends, Hattie here for Happy Hour with Honeybee Stampers. I am going live today to share with you guys. I have lots of things to share, but I'm going to start off by kind of recapping what we did last week for Happy Hour and then roll into a drawing that we had. So I had asked people to watch the video and to share this video. So whether they shared it on Facebook, which is easy for me to see if you do that, or if you share the YouTube video, which that one you'd have to reach out to me if you did that, then you could get entered into a drawing. And then I was going to give away some goodies. And so we're going to do a little drawing for that today as well. Sharing the video means so much to me because it helps me to share this really fun craft with other people. So if you can, definitely show me some love, like, comment, share, all of those things. So let's get started with today, because the project that I'm going to do for you today is not a typical project that I would do. I'm a very simple stamper. And so the project that I'm going to do for you today, I'm going to actually do it step by step by step with you so that you can see how to put it together. All right, so let's get started with a little recap from last week. So last week I talked about the designer series paper sale that's going on with Stampin' Up. So you've got these 2 pages of designer series paper that are discounted. They're 15% off for the entire month of June. And I shared how you can get even a little bit more bang for your buck by getting the starter kit this month, because the starter kit is also on sale. So the starter kit's always on sale, but every once in a while, especially during celebration, we're not in celebration right now, but during celebration, Stampin' Up will sweeten the pot a little bit, so to speak. And so they've done that this month in June, and they are allowing the starter kit to be, instead of getting $125 worth of stuff for only $99, you actually get to pick out $155 worth of stuff for only $99. So my tip was to select every single one of these designer series papers in your kit, and you'll be right under that 155 mark, because you can't go over the 155, unfortunately. And you're going to get so much for your money. And then after you get your starter kit, then you can place an order of whatever you want after that for a good 20% off to start with. Okay, so there's that. I wanted to mention that again. And let me show you some of the projects that I made, because honestly, designer series paper is my favorite product line. I don't have all of the cards with me, but here are some of the designer series paper card samples that I shared last week. This just featured a really simple layout design. And if you're on my email list, then you got those measurements, or you can go back and watch the video. I think I did share the measurements there. And then this one, here's another one, and this one. And I also did some with Les Shop, but I don't have those with me. So there's that. I wanted to show that to you again. Now let's do the drawing. For the drawing, if you shared my video, I was going to give you this Norwegian dishcloth that I got. Well, it says Swedish, but I got it on the Norway incentive trip. And then this was my incentive trip card. It was kind of a fun fold card, which we're going to be showcasing this today. And then this little treat from Disney World, because that's where the next incentive trip is going to be with Stampin' Up. And just a disclaimer, a company disclaimer, less than 1% of all demonstrators earn the incentive trips, but every demonstrator can work really hard towards an incentive trip. So anyways, it's possible, but I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there for you. All right, so this is going to be for our drawing. So I've got our names in here in my little bin. Thank you guys for sharing. And I'm going to go ahead and do this drawing. Okay, let me see if I can even get one. All right. So let's see who this is. If I can open it. Come on. There we go. Okay, Rhonda H. That's Rhonda Hunter. Rhonda, I am going to send you these 3 items in the mail as a thank you for sharing this video, or last week's video. So you guys definitely share the video, because I'll have a little gift for that for this video as well. All right, so there's that. I'll make sure I get that to you, Rhonda. Let me pull your Post-it note on there. Okay. Okay, so there's that. And then one more thing I wanted to mention before we get started is that this Saturday I'm having Sweet and Simple card class. And that is an event that I do here at the studio. But if you want to get the kits mailed to you, you can also do that. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of 3 of the 6 cards. So here are 3 of the 6 cards that we're going to make. And so what you'll see is that this right here will be die cut for you. This will be cut and embossed for you and everything. The paper will be included. And so even if you didn't have this designer series paper, or if you didn't have this stamp set, you can put any sentiment that you want right there, and then that card will actually be done for you. So that's kind of how I design my cards, so that anybody who wants to get the kit to go can do it and be really successful with it. You don't have to have all the products that I've used. If you want it to look exactly like mine, then of course I will share with you the products that I've used so that you can purchase them. Now here is another card that you guys are going to be making this weekend. So this past weekend, I actually did a demo tee with some of my team leaders in the Beehive. There were 5 of us that got together and we collaborated, and we offered this amazing event for demonstrators only in Aiken, South Carolina. It was a huge success, and it was wonderful. We enjoyed ourselves so much. And so on Friday night before the event, we did a shoebox swap. And this was the shoebox swap that I designed. But most of the people who are coming to Sweet and Simple did not go to the shoebox swap. So I think this card is too cute to not do again. So that's the card, one of the cards that you'll be making. And again, all of this will be done for you. The only thing that's not is maybe the stamping on here and then the stamping on here. But you could do that. You could find something that you had in your stash, and there you go. And then the 3rd card here, again, featuring designer series paper. Since it's on sale, I definitely want to showcase it. This designer series paper is one of a really heavy-duty multi-pack. I can't remember the name of it right now. Well, actually, I could tell you. It's called Delightfully Eclectic. So it is a huge stack of designer series paper, but this is one of the patterns in there. It's beautiful. And this is a new stamp set and punch. So you'll get to do this. So you get all of these pieces, even this piece here that's embossed. You'll get that piece as well. And then you'll get this, but you'll just have to stamp with your own stamp if you don't have that one. So hopefully that gives you an idea as to how that works. And I'll share a link. There's a link on my page, but I'll share another link for you guys so you can register for that. The cost for the in-person is $25 if you pay in person, cash or check, and then it's $28 if you pay via PayPal. Same with the to-go option, only because that helps me cover the PayPal fees. I wanted to keep the price point the same, but especially with all of the increasing in product and shipping and all that kind of stuff, I had to increase it just a little bit for those PayPal fees. So there's that. Okay, now let's get started, you guys, because I have some really cute projects to share with you at the end. So here's the card again. Let me show you. This was the card that I created for the incentive trip swap. And so it is a fun fold. I'm going to call this a swing fold. I don't know what it's actually called, but that's what I'm going to call it, a swing fold. And I was inspired by a card swap. I mentioned this last week that I had received years and years ago. So this was from Monica Young, and she did this many, many moons ago, and I had it in a stash of cards of mine. And so I kind of replicated that same concept. I did make it, you can see I did make it a little bit bigger so it fit perfectly into one of our envelopes. And I want to share with you how to create it because I got lots of questions on this. So today, instead of recreating just this one, I'm going to show you this one. So here is another version of the exact same card, and it's featuring some really amazing product. So the product that we're going to be featuring is the Gone Fishing stamp set. Now this stamp set, I will tell you, the suite of products is on back order, and it's only because of one thing, and that's the dies. So you can still get the stamp set, but the dies are actually back ordered. So be aware of that, but we're not going to use the dies, so you'll be fine. And then also with that suite of products is this awesome embossing folder, and I embossed some of the different colors that coordinate with that designer series paper. Well, hi Brenda, thanks for joining. And then here is that gorgeous designer series paper. This is like my favorite pattern right here. And then this one. Oh, maybe I have one of each. So let me just flip through it. Okay, we got that, that. So these do come in 12 by 12. And I have been using the heck out of this paper. So make sure you grab it. Remember, it's on sale. So grab that paper. I love, love, love it. And I've created several projects that I'm going to show you at the end. But let's go ahead and get started on our projects today. Okay, so let's talk about this card. All right, you're going to need some cardstock that measures 5.5 by 7. So I'm going to take a sheet of cardstock, right, and go to 5.5. This is typically how I would cut if I was going to do 2 cards, like that. And then we do want to cut it down because it's going to be 5.5 by 8.5, but we only need 7 inches. So we're going to go to 7. This side had a little nick in it, so I thought I'd flip it over and cut that off. Oops, I didn't push hard enough. Okay. Now that you've done that, let me grab my paper trimmer or my embossing tool because I actually have the measurements on there. Okay, I love this tool. It's the Simply Scored tool. I use it all the time. So you're going to place the card in landscape, and you are going to score down at 2 5/8, which is right there. And then again at 4 inches, which is right there, okay? You could have done that on the paper trimmer as well, but I just wanted to make sure I had the measurements right. Okay. And then we're just going to burnish those score lines in kind of a zigzag pattern. There we go. So then that's what you get. You see it's coming together already. All right, it's going to open like this. Now here is kind of the tricky part. I'm going to bring in these Country Corners dies, which are a must. And I'm going to share with you guys at the end a little sample starter kit that you can create that's going to include a lot of the product that I'm showing you today. And let me make sure, oops, that was too big. You want the fourth largest die here. We're going to bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Hopefully it'll fit in the screen. And we need to cut this here, but, oh, I do need it a little bit larger. Goodness gracious. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so you need the 3rd largest for this one first, and then the 4th largest to do the inside pieces. Okay, so you're going to need your machine, and it's going to be the first platform and then the number 2 platform. That's what you need when you're die cutting. You're going to need a number 3 platform, which is your cutting plate. Okay. And let me turn this so you can see it a little better. Okay, so now this is the 3rd largest die that I took from the Country Corners. And what you want to do is we're going to die cut a piece in the center here, but we don't want to die cut the middle here. So to do that, let me grab my other plate. Okay. I'm going to kind of mention to you that this side right here is a little bit shorter, so I'm going to consider that the front of the card, which is right here, this panel, and this is the larger panel, so that's kind of the back of the card, so it's going to look like this. So I've got it laying in my cutter like so, and I'm going to place this just in the center. Now, when you do this, you're going to want to shift this so that this die is going to the front a little bit more. So more of it's cutting on the front panel than it is on the back panel. And if I had to guess, I would say you would want about 1.5 inches. Let me see here. So from the score line, I would want to be out about 1.5 inches. Okay, so you'll see that there's just a tad bit more on this side than this side. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, now we're gonna stick this plate in, and we're only going to let this plate come to the score line, and that'll ensure that the middle part doesn't get cut. Okay, let's place that there, and we're gonna run it through. Oops. Okay, so you'll see that we've got just that little flap cut out there. Okay. And now we're going to, I'm going to flip it over because it's easier for me to do it that way. And I'm going to kind of lay this back in the groove. You'll feel it catch. There we go. Okay, and then you're going to need to get your top plate in there again. And make sure that the top plate does not go past that score line. So as y'all know, I am a simple stamper, and this is kind of a stepped up card for me. I did it because it was an incentive trip swap, and I was so inspired by the sample that I got. So I wanted to recreate it. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna run that through again. It's cumbersome doing it underneath this video. I'm trying to angle it correctly. Okay. Okay, so there we go. This is what you should have. And then when you fold it back down, it should look like that. Okay, so you can see where that swinging mechanism is gonna be. All right, so let's set that to the side. Remember that when you do this, the shorter piece is the front here. You just want the die to just come over this way, just a smudge more. Otherwise, what will happen is this will stick out the back, and you can of course just cut it out, or you can fix it, but just a little tip. Okay, so there's that. All right, now I want to go ahead and die cut. I'm going to take the 4th largest corner die, and I'm going to die cut this little front piece right here. And so you'll see that the 4th largest actually die cuts this size, but this size is much larger than what we have here. So I'm going to show you how to cut that down. So let's bring our die cutting machine back in. All right, I'm going to take a piece of cardstock, and I just want to cut it down to about 3 inches, because that's how wide I want my label to be. Okay, so I just cut it to 3 inches. And what I meant by that is, you see, it's just, I want it just about that width. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the die and place it like that on the very end so that it'll cut that edge. And you'll see that there's a little bit excess there. Don't worry about that. So let's stick that in and roll it through. And that's what we'll get. Now we want to bring it back over, and we want this edge to mirror that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put the die cutting piece, you'll see that piece right there cuts the paper. So I'm just going to lay it right there, and then try to line up the sides and bring it down a little bit. So you can make any size label that you'd like with those beautiful beveled edges, right? Okay, there we go. And that's how you cut that to make it a little bit smaller. You just grab a drink of water here. Okay, Now we've got this piece, and this is just a regular die cut. I'm going to go ahead and stamp on this. I'm using Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to use the stamp set So Glad That You're My Dad, which is perfect for this weekend. It's a very bittersweet weekend for me. I lost my dad last year, so this is my first Father's Day without him. I get to celebrate two wonderful dads this Sunday, my husband and my father-in-law, so that's always good. So now that I've done that, I'm going to take, what I did was tore a piece of Post-it note. Let me close this for a second. Tore a piece of Post-it note because I want to put one of my favorite stamps in the stamp set, this one right here, but I don't want it to go all the way to the edge. I just want to have a little bit of the edge kind of covered. So that's what I'm going to do as a masking, to mask it a little bit. And then I'm going to grab some wild wheat. I love this stamp. I think it's supposed to be water, but you could just use it for just about anything. Okay. Okay, so you'll see there that it didn't go all the way to the edge, which is what I wanted. And our designer series paper, the one that I pointed out was one of my favorites, has all these little fish on there, and they're just perfectly done that you almost don't even have to, you don't even have to stamp. You can just use, just fussy cut these little fish out. Isn't that so cute? So I'm going to place that fish right here when I get it on my card. Let's go ahead and bring this back in. I'm trying to stamp all my pieces and get them all together. So on this side, on the inside, I'm going to stamp Happy Father's Day in Mossy Meadow. I'm going to stamp that right on the left-hand side. I love the photopolymer. And then you've got this two-step stamping that's super cute, these little fishing lures. And I'm going to do it this way this time. One like that. Oops. Then one more. And then there's, since it's two-step stamping, the second part will color it in for you. So I did wild wheat. We'll do it this way. So the tip for lining this up, I found that the little circle that's right there, if you place the eyeball directly in the middle of that circle, you almost will have nailed this line up. Oops, I kind of moved it. Moved it at the last second. Okay, so I use the eyeball to line it up. There we go, that's much better. And then I'm gonna clean this off with my chamois here and grab some Calypso Coral. I'm gonna stamp off on this one because I don't want it full force, but there was a little bit of Calypso Coral on this fish, so I wanted to pull that color in. Ooh. Right. There we go. It's coming together. We got our stamp pieces done. Now we're going to take some of that designer series paper that is just so gorgeous, you guys, and we're going to cut it. So you're going to want this piece to be 5.5. Cut it down there. And then you're going to cut it, I think it was 5.5 and 1.5, if I remember correctly there. And then for this piece, you're going to want it to be 5.5 as well. It looks like it already is, by 1 inch. Wait until you guys see all the samples that I have to share today. They're so beautiful. So, so beautiful. All right. Now, let's start assembling our card. What I'm going to do, let me find my adhesive. I just had it. know what I did with my adhesive. That always seems to happen, doesn't it? So let's see if I can use this. If I have any left of this green glue. I really hate to cover up this side of the DSP. But we're going to lay that. And I just put a tiny, tiny little border right there. Okay. And then we'll do this DSP. And make sure the hooks are in the right direction. There we go. Okay, and I will put this piece on, which goes on the back here. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and glue it shut so you can kind of see it a little bit better. So you're going to glue, oops. I think I put too much glue on there. I did. That's okay. We're going to cover it, or I'll wipe it off. There. You just want to glue this flap down right here. All right. And then I'll open it up like this. And add this to the center. There we go. And then on this side, I don't know why I keep doing this where I add a little color right there. I just love the way that looks. So I'm gonna grab some of the wild wheat and I'm just gonna do an inch. Let's cut an inch here. That's good enough. This will also give your flap a little bit of stability. So let me add this. I'm gonna do it like this, and I'm just gonna trim off the excess there. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna add this on with some glue dots. Not glue dots, we're gonna do dimensionals. So we'll just do and I'll stick one in the middle for stability. I love dimensionals. You probably won't take a hard class with me without doing something with dimensionals. And then I'm just gonna center it kind of right there. All right, so when you go to glue this together, make sure that you only put glue right here and right here so that the glue doesn't show through there and there. It's not too bad now, but that was kind of my oopsie. Now we're gonna take our little fish. We're gonna grab some dimensionals for him too. I've already fussy cut him out for you. One here. And we'll put one on his tail. Why not? Okay. And I'm gonna go right there with it. Take some twine and do a double bow. So you're gonna take 2 layers of twine like that, fold it in half, wrap it around. And then you just kind of finagle it till you get it the way you want it. Now we'll use a glue dot. I love to use glue dots for any kind of ribbons or bows. Okay, we'll put that on the little fishtail. All right, almost done. We're gonna embellish this. So we've got this here, And then on the inside, so there is our swing fold card. Now for the embellishments, I love these embellishments with this suite of products. They're called Brush Metallic Adhesive Back Dots, and they are still available, but I find a lot of the colors work, but I really love this kind of green color, so we're gonna add some of these embellishments here. There we go, and that card is done. I hope you guys like this card, this version of this card. So here was my original, and then here are the two that this is the one that I created today. Okay, let me know if you guys end up making this card. Let me know, comment below with a picture of your card. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what you guys do with that card. So let me tell you about how you can get a lot of this product at a discount. So if I were, let me pull up my computer because I need a little note. If I were to get all of this product, I would make a little starter kit. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, looks like I lost it. Okay, well anyway, well actually let me sign in really quick and see if it'll pop back up. Sign in. I put all of these items in my shopping cart to see if the total would equal. Nope, and it didn't do it. Okay, well, what I think I remember from it was, and I'll do a list and I'll email it out to my those of you who are on my email list. If you're not on my email list and you'd like to be, definitely let me know. I'll leave a link to join my email list, but I'll leave you a little list of all the items. But basically what it included was these dies here, and then this stamp set, because this die has sold out. It will be back, but it won't be back in time for this special. So this stamp set also, I recommended that you get all of the in-color paper and then all of the in-color ink pads, just the assortment. And then I recommended that you get a pack of this designer series paper. I also recommended that you get the Brush Metallic Dots, this right here. And I feel like there were a couple other things. Anyways, when I added it all together, it equaled $150, I think $154 or something like that. So, I mean, it gets right up to the $155, and all you have to pay is $99, no shipping, and that is your starter kit. And then after you get your starter kit, then you can order, place orders for 20% off. And then by then, this, wherever that die is, this die will probably be back, and then you will be able to get that at a discount. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate you watching so much. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple more samples with this product suite. So this past weekend, when I did the tea with my demo friends, I was tasked with having a showcase with let's go fishing. So let me show you what I made. All right, so you guys probably recognize this from last week. Did that last week, right? Okay, those two. And then this was my make and take that I created for the demo tea. So everybody that came to the tea was able to make this sweet and simple make and take. Okay, here was another card from last week. This one right here uses a lot of the stamps and dies. This is a really cool die that's part of the die set, so you're going to want the dies eventually. But this is actually cased from the catalog, so you'll see that on the catalog. And then this one I got as a swap card from when I was on the incentive trip, and Kim Peck made this one. So it was a retirement card. Very cute. So there's that. And then I created this. Oh, this is like one of my favorites. So this is a snackle box, and it's got some fish-themed goodies in here. And then I created this little tag. So these little fish right here are all cut out of the designer series paper. I just love them to pieces. And so, and to get this sentiment here to fit on this tag, I did extend it. So you guys saw how I shortened a die. This is me extending the die a little bit to be able to achieve that look. And so there's that. This is a very cute project that I cased from my good friend Brenda Nelson. She and I have a summer stamp camp coming up, so stay tuned. I'm going to release registration for that super soon. So here is a project that I cased from her with that. For my team meeting, we always do mystery stamping. So this is another like fun fold mystery stamping card that we did featuring this product. I used this product, they used whatever. We're going to do a little contest with that too. So I'll be posting some more pictures of this exact kind of pattern, but my team used different product. So you guys will vote on those. And then let's see here. Here's another swap card. So this card was done. It's actually a gift card holder, and she used Because You Totally Deserve It, Happy Retirement. Isn't that so adorable? And then you just tear off these side pieces here, and that makes the gift card holder there. And this was created by Kathy Schmidt. She did this at our I don't know, I think it was her swap for the tea and not her shoebox swap, but it's so cute. Maybe it was her shoebox swap. I don't remember. So there's that. And then I also created these little projects here. So this right here is a die that we sell. It's a little gift card holder, and it's not, I don't think it's in the catalog, but it is online. So make sure you check online because some of the product is not just in the catalog, it's also in line. Hi, Danny. Oh, so good to see you on here. Thank you. So there's this, and then you just put a little gift card in there, and you see that it's featuring the same suite of products. I created this right here. Also, this was inspired by my friend Brenda, and it is my little guy out on the boat. Good things come to those who wait. Isn't that so cute? And I went ahead and did all these little bundles of fish with the designer series paper and just added a couple flags there. I think this turned out super cute. So this right here is also a die that's in the die, and it makes kind of like waves, I guess. And then this is the embossing folder, but this was a 12 by 12, so I can actually display that somewhere. And isn't he so cute? Okay, so there's that, and then I got one more project. Okay, so this is more my speed, you guys. So I'm a simple stamper. I created this little gift box. This would be perfect to give to a man or anybody really. But if you're thinking of trying to come up with a masculine gift, you know, maybe there's somebody in your life who needs to give out thank you cards and they don't want to go shopping at the store to get them. Now I've created all of these thank you cards here with a very simple layout. Featuring the designer series paper. This is a different stamp set though. Let me show you which stamp set this is. This is the Phrases for All stamp set. I will be using this a lot. It is fantastic. So don't sleep on this stamp set. But I coordinated that with the designer series paper to create this box. These are our note cards and envelopes. You can get this in the, you can order this now. And then I used these colors here and then tied it in with that paper. So it's a perfect little gift box that you can gift to someone. All right, you guys, I think that's it for today. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you watched the video. Please like, comment, share the video. I will be giving away a gift. So I have a gift. Where is it? Okay, well, I'm giving away embellishments. They're the new in-color embellishments, and I don't know where I set them on my messy desk. Oh, here. Nope, that's not it. Okay, anyways, I'll do a post so you guys can see. Now, if you want to place an order with me for any of the items that I've shared with you today, here's the host code. I'll leave that up for a second. Here are the projects that we made today. If you want to do the starter kit special, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you. I shared the starter kit sample idea from last week, and then this week I couldn't find my list, so oh boy, so I'm going to share that list with my email subscribers, and so make sure that you tune in for that. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all next week at Happy Hour with Honeybee Stampers. Bye-bye.